What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to the latest Liverpool transfer news updates, and boy do we have an exciting video for you guys today, because MacAllister has been pictured at Liverpool's AXA training center, and also Fabrizio Romano revealed very late last night that MacAllister has completed his medical at Liverpool and he is set to sign his contract today, which will be for 5 years with an additional 1 year potential extension if Liverpool want to trigger it based on probably on performances, how many games he plays each season. And I really hope that MacAllister gets the number 10 shirt. That would be absolutely brilliant for him, and I think that is an iconic shirt number for any Argentina players, because Maradona used to wear number 10, Messi is now wearing number 10 for Argentina. And even though MacAllister was donning a hoodie and sunglasses, he was still photographed and pictured outside the AXA training ground of Liverpool, which is really exciting, and I can't wait to see MacAllister play for Liverpool. He's an absolutely perfect midfielder for us, and in this video we will talk about all the other latest Liverpool transfer news updates as well. So if you enjoy these, don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on the bell notifications so you never miss the latest updates of Liverpool Football Club. And Andy Naylor is also saying that there are often variations on the transfer fees between buying and the selling club. Andy Naylor's understanding is that the transfer fee will be around £55 million. James Milner and Mahmoud Dahoud will be joining João Pedro as Brighton signings. So Brighton are already working on replacements for MacAllister and potentially Moises Caicedo as well. Apparently we joined the race to sign Moises Caicedo. If we have a good relationship with Brighton, hopefully they will sell Caicedo for around 70-75 million to Liverpool. He would be another absolutely perfect signing. It just depends on how much money Liverpool have on spending players, because if we can afford it, Moises Caicedo would be an absolutely terrific transfer for Liverpool. But don't believe everything that Andy Naylor says, because he said just a few days ago that Brighton haven't given permission for Liverpool to talk to MacAllister and Brighton don't want to sell MacAllister, when in fact we already have agreed a deal with Brighton, agreed to pay MacAllister's release clause. So I'm not sure. I think it could be 45 million base transfer fee plus around 10 million in bonuses or add-ons. You know, selling clubs usually report everything, like the transfer fee plus the bonuses, and the buying club usually only reports the base fee, so it appears that we got the player for a cheaper price. And James Pearce said that the transfer fee could rise to £55 million, which means that probably this is the case, that Brighton are reporting a 55 million with bonuses. Even if it's a 55 million base fee, it's an absolute bargain, and it's a steal to get MacAllister for that price. If you watched him in the World Cup and this season in the Premier League, you know how good of a midfielder he is, and he's very versatile. He can play multiple positions and multiple different tactical systems, tactical setups, and Jurgen Klopp's 4-3-3 formation or 4-2-2-3 formation, both of them suits MacAllister and his skill set and playing style. So I'm really excited about Liverpool finally getting this transfer over the line, and the announcement will be probably later this week, so tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, depending on when Liverpool can get all the photos done with MacAllister, all the videos and everything, and the social media announcement is going to be a banger. And there is an Argentina-based football journalist, Daniel Edwards, who is discussing the possibility of this high-profile big move for MacAllister. He said, "MacAllister hails from a football-oriented family. I had the privilege of observing him evolve in Argentina. It was clear early on that he was destined for big things. His versatility is his greatest asset. He has earned his place in the starting 11 and proved to be indispensable for the Argentinian team on their quest to win their first World Cup since 1986, since that famous Maradona the 1986 World Cup win. With his adaptable style of play, I see him fitting well into various football systems. Just as I said earlier in this video, Liverpool would always be a strong contender in the race for MacAllister. The club has a history of developing players who are adaptable and who can acclimate quickly, traits MacAllister has shown in spades. His abilities to slot into different positions will undoubtedly appeal to Jurgen Klopp. And Edwards continued, he has been a vital part of the Brighton team, contributing not just with goals, but with an all-round adaptable style of play. We have become used to knowing we will see only our best players stay at the club for a couple of seasons. Wherever he ends up, MacAllister's adaptability coupled with his rapid development ensures that he will continue to be a standout player. And MacAllister is already on his way to becoming a world-class midfielder, and I think Liverpool will benefit greatly from his talents. And also we badly need a player who can score 10-15 goals per season, and hopefully in Jurgen Klopp's system MacAllister will be allowed to get forward and to score goals, get assists. Ben Jacobs also gave an update on us on Kefren Thuram. He said that negotiations between Liverpool and Thuram aren't that advanced at the moment, but they could advance in the coming days or weeks. Liverpool, of course, want to get this MacAllister transfer done and official and sealed, and after that we can move on to other midfielder targets. He said, I'm aware of the reports that suggest that Thuram has already opened negotiations. I don't think it's quite as advanced at this point. I think it's noise which can sometimes turn into something a bit more concrete. The player has also said he's happy at Nice and he hopes to grow with the club. Obviously that's not always a genuine thing that a player says, but a player doesn't often say that as overtly and openly if something more concrete is already on the table. But I think Liverpool will move on to transferring other players as soon as we are done with the Alexis MacAllister deal. Ben Jacobs also said that Leipzig have a sense that Fabio Carvalho is not happy at Liverpool, and I mean, why would he be? He only started like 2 games since the World Cup, the opening game against Man City and then another game in the FA Cup against Wolves. I think all the other games he ever played or only played like 15-20 minutes in total. An exit is more likely than I probably first realized, Ben Jacobs said about Fabio Carvalho. There are frustrations here about how he fits at Liverpool and how the first season has gone. It's fair to say his expectations have not been met, and from what I'm hearing now, I do actually think he could be on his way out. Maybe Liverpool can assure him that there is a way into the first team, but that seems difficult for next season. He's an ambitious player who has plenty of admirers in the Premier League, plenty of clubs would love to take Fabio Carvalho on loan, and also abroad, so it will be interesting to see how this is resolved. I think Liverpool will only make a decision on Fabio Carvalho once we have done our transfer business, once we know how our midfield department looks, once we know how many players we will have in the squad, and then we can make a decision, because Fabio Carvalho, if we have a big squad with a lot of midfielders, a lot of attackers, he won't really get much playing time, so it's better for him to go out on loan. But as I said, if a big offer arrives for Carvalho, Liverpool could be tempted into selling him, but I would only entertain the sale of Fabio Carvalho if Liverpool inserted a buyback clause into his contract, because then we have really nothing to lose. If Fabio Carvalho becomes a world-class player in 2, 3, 4 years, then we can sign him back for a cheaper than his market price would be in that time. And Van Dijk arrived in the Netherlands before the international games, and he has given a pretty honest, candid interview to a newspaper. He said, I've had a turbulent season and I'm happy that the last 3 months went well. I'm comfortable in my skin again, and I'm constant. That's also what I was used to in the last 5 years. It was a shock that it was not consistent enough as a team this year. You can only come out of it by dealing with it, inside and outside the pitch. I think I was able to do that well with help from my wife and people at the club. I'm happy with that. To give you an example, against Man United we won 7-0. But then we go to Bournemouth the next game and you lose 1-0. That's just very frustrating. Then you look for answers and your own form. It went too much up and downs, and that's also a part of an athlete's life. You cannot perform at your absolute best every game. But this pre-season with Liverpool will be massive. I'm very excited for next season. I think that feeling came a couple of months ago when we turned the page. Obviously, there's still a lot of work to do and a lot to work on. But the good thing in this case is that we have the whole pre-season to work on this, and that's definitely the plan. The noises I'm hearing, it's going to be a very intense pre-season with a lot of physical work, but also a lot of tactical work, trying to get ready for a tough season. Players are leaving, hopefully players come in, and we'll be ready for the start of pre-season. Everybody knows we have been going through a little bit of transition, and if I'm a player on the rise, I have options to go to the next step, and Liverpool is knocking on my door, then I would be very interested to join Liverpool. I don't think it's going to change much. But if someone wants to play Champions League no matter what, then that's their ambition. And Jurgen Klopp already said that Liverpool only want players who want to push the train forward, not just to jump on to the moving train. So I think that's a very good idea of where we are, and I'm really happy that Liverpool are moving forward with the MacAllister transfer, and hopefully we can turn our attention to other players, to sign other players in this summer transfer window, because signing MacAllister is not enough at all. We need another 2 midfielders, a centre back, potentially a right back as well. So I'm really excited for the future of this football club, and I will keep reporting on it almost every day for you guys. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day, see you later, goodbye.